Go ahead, Jeff.
Good. Well, pretty exciting win. Obviously, getting back home. Last homestand we probably left a bad taste in our mouth, and it was nice to come from behind. That was pretty nice to see the guys battle back. I mean, obviously it all started with Erasmo Ramirez, and you never know what kind of link the guy's going to give you that has not been built up, but he's about as good as anybody as far as being efficient and getting deep in a ball game. I mean, it wasn't really the pitch counts that got him up. It was more the ups and downs from 5 or 6 innings, whatever he threw. So really impressed with the way the guys came back. I mean, Severino's tough. He's been tough on a lot of teams this year, and he was tough on us. But we kind of picked our spot and made it work. Really happy for Ricky Weeks to come up, get the big hit there, to knock into and give us a lead, and then to come back with Longo's hit. So a lot of good things, offensively, pitching, defense, everything. A lot of good things today.
Yeah, just adding on to that, how important is late game hitting like we saw tonight?
Well, I mean, the biggest hits come in the late ball games and when the games are tight. And I think we got a lot of people in this clubhouse right now that are wanting to be in those situations. And it seems like 1 through 9 that I mean, whether it's their turn or somebody else's, they're extremely eager to get up there and they want to be the guy. And right now it's working out well.
We saw some big plays from your defense tonight. The double play with Diego Moreno on the mound. How did you see it? Yeah,
I mean, there was we turned some big double plays. That was a big one. The pitch that Farquhar threw the Judge to get the double play there when he came in I believe the 8th. That was a big one. But we got to play efficient defense to win games, and we did tonight.
And just your thoughts on Ryan Stanek and Jose Alvarado coming in, or Jose Alvarado then Ryan Stanek?
Yeah. They're learning as we go. That's on me for putting them out there, but that's where we're at. Alvarado's been tremendous for us since he's been up here. I was very impressed that he came back and found a way to get a pop up from Ellsbury after walking the guy. And then Ryan Stanek's gonna be fine. I know his outings haven't been the cleanest yet, but that's kind of the luxury of the style of games that we play. We don't have many separated games where you can just get a guy get their feet wet. So he's been in some high leverage situations in his first 3 appearances, but he's going to be a better pitcher and learn from some of those experiences going forward.
Did you think that Erasmo was going to get through 5 as efficiently as he did? I mean, 55 pitches.
No. I mean, anybody that said they did, I would probably challenge that thought. But we've seen Erasmo be really efficient. And even when he's given up hits early in the count, and that's what allows him to get deep in the ball games. But just the way he just continued to attack the strike zone and create them to swing.
Talk about Longo and the way he came through 4 times tonight, too.
Yeah, Longo needed a day off, and it showed up today. The off day probably helped him. We ask a lot of Longo to be out there every day for us, and anytime you're playing 19, 20, 21 straight games, and you're going to wear down a little bit. And I think that's what we saw in Cleveland, but he got kind of freshened up, and then he comes up with 2 huge hits for us today.
Can you talk a little bit about his place in the history of the Tampa Bay Rays?
Yeah, I saw that stat in Cleveland. They had it on the Jumbotron about him breaking Crawford's record for at-bats or most at-bats. I mean, it says something. I mean, to get that many at-bats, to do it with one organization, I mean, he's a special player. And, I don't know if I've said this before. I don't know if you could ask for a better representative to represent your team the way Evan Longoria has done over his last 8-9 years in the big leagues.
Thanks, everybody.